Hi, it's Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style, coming to answer your colour and style questions. And the first one today comes from Kieran, who says, Undertones and overtones, can you please expand on this with some examples? I think I have a cool undertone but have freckles that read as warmer on a few warm brown flecks in my eyes. Now, we can have freckles that might read as warmer even though our skin has a cooler undertone. I know I have blue eyes and I've got a few brown flecks in them as well, but you just never notice them from a distance, and they do look really quite cool from a distance. But when we're thinking about undertones and overtones in colour, let's go back to the colour wheel, because this is where it makes some sense. If you look at a colour wheel, what you'll see is that it will say cool and warm. So when they're saying cool and warm here, what they're meaning is this kind of blue, blue, violet, blue round to the green is that kind of this half of the colour wheel is cool colours, because we associate these with cool things. So this is a cool overtone. And then they say the warm is like from the red, violet round to the yellow. This is warm because we associate these colours with warm things. So this is a warm overtone. So every colour swatch has cool and warm overtone colours in it. So they have a cool one here and a warm one here and a cool one there. You'll see that they both have yellows and, reds and pinks, and, the warm one has oranges as well, and they are our warm overtone colours. And they also have blues and greens and violets, and they are our cooler overtone colours. But this swatch has a warm undertone and this swatch has a cool undertone. So this is where we may have, like I know with my skin with foundations, I have to have a slightly yellowish foundation, even though I am cool, because otherwise if I put on a pink one, I look weirdly pink. It's not related to my overtone. That's the overtone of my skin, not the undertone. The undertone is how kind of colours react when you are looking at them and whether or not it makes you look healthier or not. So we can have these, warm overtone and warm undertone colours, but also warm undertone colours but cool overtone colours in each swatch, whether you have a warm or a cool swatch. So it is something to think about. So this is where kind of overtone and undertone are different. It's just, do we associate kind of warm and cool with either hot things, fire and sun and stuff, versus cold things, water and deep forests and greenery, that sort of thing. That's really just the experience we have of those colours, whether or not they are a hot or a cold experience. And whenever we're talking about them, we're really talking about overtone, not undertone. And that's the important thing to remember. They're a little bit confusing because sometimes people just say cool and warm and they're not actually specifying whether they mean undertone or overtone. So the undertone is how we make the colour up. So without ever doing a colour analysis, it's very hard for me to know, Kieran, if you happen to have a warm or a cool undertone, but you'll generally find that people with a warm overtone will look much better wearing warmer colours, warm undertone colours. It'll make them look enlivened and healthy and alive. Versus a cool person wearing those warm undertone colours will tend to look sallow and a bit jaundiced and ill, versus someone who is warm wearing cool undertone colours will tend to look washed out, pale and tired, versus when a cool person is wearing those cool undertone colours, they will look alive and bright and sparkly. So that's what the kind of big difference is. So hopefully that helps you understanding a little bit more about kind of undertone versus overtone.